something brief. Decided to put some more realistic coral on the right side. I'm going to come in with a close-up and also blended in the legs, so it looks like the legs are fluttering and you can't see the little fine feathering of the legs. This one down here is the same as this one, and I'm going to show you how I did that. Just a very light wash and did some tentacle motions here and just added the drops in here. And this is the way I did the other side, so just kind of came in between, and I'm not going to do the whole thing, I'm just going to give you an example. Okay, so once I got to that point, once I got to this point, the idea is to circle the little nubs individually. I'm not worrying about touching the sides or anything, I'm just circling the little nubs. I'll blend and reduce things later. Let's see, I'll just do this side. Now I can come back in here and blend in between. I'm going to have to come out further on this, so I will go past these little. Now I'm just putting a foundation on this. It's nothing with detail or anything. I'll come back and do that. So I'm just laying a foundation at this point in time, making sure I get to everything. I will blend things out afterwards. This would be a more detailed coral, and the reason it's going to be more detailed is because it's a close-up. The one on the left side is from a distance where you can't see the detail. So there's levels of detail. Again, I will circle now. Once I do that, I'll look for little teeny dots that I missed. And this is where I come in with the blending. So I don't want to make it look like you see spots. So I'm just laying in the details, adding more details here and there, so you can't see where I circled. And if I want to do a little highlight on the outer edge, this is where I would come in and pull the color out, bring it in. Now I'm going to go into it several more times. I'm just giving you just a little something of how this one came to be. Started off like this. And I'll go back in here with adding more detail in between, blending things in, adding, subtracting. Okay, so this is just a little update video. Just going to throw a little water in here. And I'm going to show you kind of what my plan is. Now, again, this is my plan. Doesn't mean it's going to be a successful one. But this is going to be the foreground. Let's see, that might be okay. So what I want to do is just tap it with a little variation of color, and that will help with the illusion of the ground. Now, my plan is, and I'm just kind of breaking things up so it doesn't look like there's some kind of form to it. But the idea is to be a little bit darker, closer to the foreground. Now, it'll get lighter as it goes this way. And I could also put in a few little variants. And again, this is one of those things where it could be coral, it could just be inclusions in the ground, it could be a rock formation, and I'm going to do something here. I'm going to make a rock. Now this will be expanded out, and I'm going to blow up a little bit here. Okay, so I just want to talk about this. Now, what I'm doing is this mantis is going to be rearing up. So you're going to see his belly. So then it should have some little legs here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. So you'll see the kind of little sections of the belly. Now, nature is pretty strange. These almost look like eyes. And sometimes nature, it does that, so it looks more intimidating. You'll see butterflies especially, you'll see this like big gigantic eye on the leaf. So when you see them together, it looks like almost an owl's face. It's like an intimidating factor. So even these things don't need to be, you know, saying, you know, I'm bigger than I am, because they're fierce creatures. So I don't know. Doesn't mean I know what the meaning behind that is. It's just, I'm just kind of breaking it. Now, I did do a little kind of work on this bottom part. It's just the basic foundation. I'll go in there and add detail and form and stuff. Came in, added a couple of little rock formations, but mainly this is going to be sand. So it'll have kind of layers of different colors of black through white. So what I'm going to do is use a toothbrush, just mainly to break up the surface. And by going over layers and layers, and we're talking 20, 30 layers, going back and forth with white, gray, black, it'll have somewhat of a sand-looking texture. But I also wanted to go into what I would say that these little rock formations. Again, this is that 20 cups of coffee type thing. Trying to get rid of those hard lines. Now I can go back in here and define those edges if I wanted to. I'm not sure yet. I want to take everything slowly and build things up. It's just all these random shapes, textures. Nature is random. I've said that in previous videos. Now, I'm gonna probably pause it and then do a zoom through and then work on the other side a little bit. Now, this is only foundation stuff. So, here's a mathematical formula. That was going to be part of one of my paintings, but I stopped. And this is actually the sketch for my latest painting, the Unholy Trinity. So this was the thought in my mind, and from this is what became that painting. Hello, I'm Steve Melendrez, a model maker, illustrator, scientific illustrator, sculptor, design after History Museum in Los Angeles. Done a lot of different things, but I'm going to be doing watercolor demonstrations of the techniques I've developed over the years. And it's going to go from a lot of different directions. And also I'm going to be doing videos, I call them video posters for my daughter. So a lot of stuff that I can leave to my daughter about her crazy dad. So I'm taking a lot of different directions, but mainly three. So anyway, that's my introduction that I'm going to attach to everything I'm doing now, so I don't have to repeat this. Be careful out there.